Welcome to The Scene from Saline County. The Scene is a weekly talk show filmed in the Access TV studio in downtown Salina. Episodes air Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Each week, our show hosts discuss local culture, hot topics, and important issues with local and regional guests. Tonight's episode, they'll be talking to the Salina Sirens, the roller derby team here in Salina. Stay tuned for The Scene.
Hello and welcome once again to The Scene on Salina's Community Access TV. Glad to have you with us. Thank you for joining us. Interesting program we hope coming up this evening. Going to be talking to the Salina Sirens roller derby team. And I understand that since Kimmy helped put this one together, this is a whole different ball game, so to speak, than it was like 20, 30 years ago.
I think so. Interesting.
So we have some members of the team here. But as we go on the air, as we're taping this on Monday evening, it is now dark, and it's 6 o'clock. It has been dark for about 15 minutes, so time change. Did you get all the clocks spring forward, fall back?
Finally, just on my way here was my last one, my vehicle.
Okay, how'd you do?
Got them already.
I got all mine done, but at work, ours is a little back, so it was screwing me up. So I kept thinking it was 10 o'clock when it was actually only 9.
That's one of the biggest jobs I have every year. For some reason, I like clocks.
Yeah.
I've still got a couple of VCRs for, taping and all. And some of the clocks are up there on the wall, so you got to get the step ladder. It's about a 2-day job. What do you think of it?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
No, I don't like this one because I like it to be dark in the morning and light in the evening, and it just makes me sleepy. 6 o'clock now, I'll just be sleepy when, last week it wasn't until 7 o'clock I was feeling that way, so no, I don't like it.
Charles, what do
But
you
I don't like it dark in the morning because I walk in the morning. So I like it light in the morning. So
Get
I
those
like it light in the
reflectors
morning
on.
too, but I also like it when it stays like light till 8 o'clock at night,
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, well, I don't like it getting dark. Of course, eventually it'll be dark at 5:30, something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't like it being dark at 9 o'clock in the morning either. So
No,
I don't.
yeah.
No,
But,
I don't either.
We're stuck with it. I guess it's Arizona and somebody else. They don't change.
Oh.
They don't do anything. So what is it? What is dark in Arizona at 10 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah,
So,
I guess so.
I guess.
I don't
but
know. I'll find out. I'm going there in a few weeks.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Kimmy, didn't you say that on like December 21st or something? It's like the shortest day of
Yes.
the year?
Shortest day of the year. I like that better than Christmas because that means after that it just starts getting light faster.
That's right.
Or
You like it
stays
being
light longer.
Better than Christmas.
Well, it doesn't take near as much effort as Christmas does.
You say you celebrate. You have your time change tree. And
I don't really, but
no, I guess not. And also, as we are
I acknowledge it. Let's just put it that way.
as we are rolling here, as we say, we've been discussing the fact that, and I'm a pro football fan, and I still find it impossible to believe the Kansas City Chiefs are 9-0. However, that being said, I listen to the analysts on TV and radio, and I think it's time somebody realizes it's a pretty good team. They aren't flukes anymore. Now, when they meet the Broncos,
Oh, come on.
then we'll see. We'll see. But I think a good team.
I think
But
I said
they've
on a
had good
previous
teams.
show that I wish Broncos would have stayed undefeated, met up with the Chiefs, and we spanked them. So, but that isn't going to happen.
Well, it ain't gonna matter. You're gonna have that opportunity.
I know.
Because you play
I
them
know.
back
Twice.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
kind of real close together. Really, this is just like an old story. Like I said last week, I'm a Raider fan, but it's an old story. I mean, you've seen the Chiefs had some of the best AFC teams, and they get down to the playoffs and 1-out.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking forward to see what happens when it really gets to the playoffs.
Raiders are awesome fans, though. They're a
Yeah.
lot of fun if you go to a Chiefs-Raiders game or any game with the
yeah.
Raiders. Chiefs fans are awesome. Raiders fans are awesome. They're fun to go watch.
Chiefs fans are louder.
They are. They're a lot of fun.
What are they?
Although, yes, that's what,
Well,
you're
what
right.
at Arrowhead, but 2 weeks ago, they set the record.
the
for
record.
Oh,
loudest-
It was a
Loudest
little
Yeah.
longer ago
Yeah.
than that, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a few weeks ago. But I don't follow the Chiefs very much. But I think it says a lot if you're 9-0. You know,
It says a whole lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty good.
In the end, though, if you don't win the Super Bowl,
Yeah,
they won't
that's
remember the
true.
9-0.
Doesn't
They
matter.
won't, yeah, it won't, they won't
Nope.
say, "Oh, Chiefs were great. They were 9-0." They're gonna say, "Well, they was
Yeah.
not that good."
Yeah.
Well, Andy Reid doing a good
doing a
job.
good job.
He sure turned it around. But we'll see.
But look, they have Alex Smith too, a different quarterback. They got a different receiver that Alex throws to that's from San Francisco. So it's a little bit of things that are making a difference there. I think they have a different defensive coordinator, if I'm not mistaken.
Being a Miami Dolphins fan for years, we need somebody to beat these guys pretty soon. We don't need another undefeated team
Yeah.
because all the guys in Florida are ready for their cocktail
That's
party.
right.
But we'll see. I still think the Broncos are going to be the
Be pretty
game
good.
they need to win. So,
Yeah.
also this week, fluoride in our water. I thought this was settled when I was a teenager. I mean, I've been hearing about fluoriding
goes
your
over and-
water
yeah.
all my life. And now we're, discussing it again. And I don't favor one way or the other. It seems to me, like from what I've heard and interviews I've done, we can talk more about this on the other side of the break, but both sides seem to have fairly valid arguments. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't
either.
know. But
It's a hard debate to
I've been
decide.
drinking fluoridated water or whatever since I was a kid, and I guess I'm doing okay.
That's right.
You too, Charles, I suppose.
Yeah, but I don't know, they kind of convinced me to switch toothpastes.
Toothpaste?
That's right, I don't have the fluoride toothpaste.
We'll talk about fluoride and toothpaste after the break on The Scene from Community Access TV. Stay with us.
Well, hello. My name is Kieran Boger, and the rock concert is way over head heels.
We'll be back with more news later.
No, we won't. We're still going, lady.
Before we pick up again here, by the way, if those of you watching would like to be a part of our crew here at Access TV, volunteers are always needed. You can contact the station and they'll talk to you about what to do and what they need. Okay, fluoride in the water. What do you think?
I don't honestly know what to think. I think some people make you feel really scared about it, and then other people are like, oh, it's no big deal. And then, like you said, you've been drinking it forever, and nothing's wrong with you. So
Well, I wouldn't say that, but I really have no side effects from it, and it seemed, like I said, really, I was surprised when fairly recently this whole thing came up again. Because I remember listening to it when I was a teenager and whatever, and I thought it was all settled. All of a sudden, here we are again.
Yeah.
So is fluoride something that you have to take out? I guess I'm a little bit confused. Is it something you have to take out of the water, or is it something that people put in the water?
They put in the water. They
And how
feel
long
like
have
it's
they done
something.
that for?
Ugh, I don't know.
Aye.
Lots of communities
Long
do
time.
it, and every
Well,
now
some
and then.
communities still don't.
Right.
They have voted never to do it, but I believe the majority of communities in the country do. Like I said earlier, there are two sides to every argument, and every now and then you'll get an issue like this where there's a better argument over here than over there.
Yeah.
This one, it just seems like both sides have pretty
Well,
good
and
arguments.
there's probably a reason why they put the fluoride in the water. Usually that's something that huge is because they feel like people were lacking something, which in this case would be fluoride, just like the vitamin D in milk.
Yeah.
How are you going to get your vitamin D if you don't get it somehow? So they started putting it in milk, but that's a choice. You don't have to buy vitamin D milk.
That's true.
If you don't want fluoride, what are you going to do? Buy bottled water?
Yeah.
A lot of people do.
So bottled water doesn't have fluoride then?
Oh.
I would say not. I don't know.
Everybody's carrying their bottle around, you know,
Yeah.
whether they have fluoride or not.
I wonder if people are going to the dentist more because they're drinking bottled
I don't
water
know, but
instead of.
part of this,
Oh,
good
something I never thought
question, but part of this debate, and again, maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like the majority of the dental community, who theoretically should know what they're talking about, favor
Fluoride.
fluoride. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but most of the interviews you hear and read the paper, the dentists say, yeah, it's a good thing to do. And,
I personally, I know there's an argument, so sorry if I upset anybody over this one, but I feel for the families whose children don't get fluoride in any other way and have bad dental hygiene or oral hygiene because
There's a
of
lot
that.
of families like that.
Yes,
too.
and so I am for it, not for me, but for those kids who don't have an advocate taking care of that. So
So what, they don't get it in the water, they don't get it in their toothpaste?
if they don't
get it in
have
their
it in,
mouthwash,
if
or-
they don't, if their parents do not have them brushing their teeth, they're not getting fluoride any other way but the drinking water.
I don't think can
And-
you buy toothpaste without fluoride?
Yes.
You can?
You can.
Yeah?
It's called Tom's.
But you said it's more expensive, right?
Yes, it's more expensive. But anything you notice, anything that's healthy or good for
Oh,
you is
yeah.
always more
Oh, I
expensive.
know. That's for sure.
It seemed like you'd pay more to get it with fluoride, or you'd pay more to get it without fluoride, right?
Yeah.
That's another topic we could talk about is health, and how much more expensive it is to be healthy. Jeez, that's terrible. It's hard.
It's true.
But yeah, it is.
I don't know how many, being in the news business most of my life, I remember meetings like the one this week. Is anything going to change? I don't know. I don't know.
I think there needs to be a study, though.
Didn't
Homes
you
who,
mention, before we went on the air, something about a family or kids or whatever, that they lived in the city, they were
Yeah.
getting fluoride. And then they moved to the country and well water, and they started getting cavities.
they have a whole bunch of kids, and the younger kids started getting cavities, and they went to the dentist, and the dentist said they're not getting fluoride in their water, and that is why. So, I mean, something to think about.
Well, that's interesting because my grandparents always lived out in the country, and they both had to get dentures because all they drank was well water all the time, and they both had to get dentures. So that's interesting. I've never thought about that before.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see the outcome of these meetings and see what happens.
Yep.
Personally, I just as soon stay with it,
Yeah.
because I haven't seen anything wrong with it. And another side of the coin, I think there are probably some health issues that we should be paying a little more attention to than fluoride in the water, because
Yeah.
this has been going on for 40 or 50 years, and we'll see. Well, need to get a break in. Like we said a few minutes ago, we're going to come back with some members of the Salina Sirens roller derby team, and we have been told that roller derby today is nothing like it was back when we used to see it on TV. It was a circus like professional wrestling. Be right back.
Fidrickson Distributing Company, proudly serving the Salina area since 1963. 1825 Bailey Road, Salina, Kansas 67401, 785-827-2386. beerswithboone.com.
Hi, I'm Randy Russell with Solutions for Life. Did you know that 35 million Americans are without life insurance and another 58 million Americans say they don't have enough life insurance? When I mention life insurance to someone, the answer is sometimes you can't insure me. If you've been turned down for heart trouble, COPD, diabetes, or just overweight, call me today to discuss your options. Don't put this off another day. Call 404-6664.
Hello, I'm Sherry Albright with Comfort Keepers. We are a proud sponsor of Access TV. We assist seniors to stay independent in their own homes by customizing what they really need and want. We try to focus on keeping seniors safe in their homes, focusing also on proper nutrition by providing balanced meals. We also encourage exercise, keeping seniors also very active and engaged through interactive caregiving. We hope that you enjoy the sights and sounds on Access TV.
Randy Russell and Bob Reynolds of Solutions for Life have over 34 years' experience in helping retirees find the right Medicare plan at affordable prices. As insurance agents that work with over 50 insurance companies, they can shop and compare plans side by side to help determine which Medicare plan is right for you. Randy and Bob know Medicare backwards and forwards. They take pride in the service they provide and the savings they bring to their clients. For their free report, Choosing the Right Medicare Plan for You, call 404-6664 today.
Roller derby. I think of roller derby, I think of when I was a kid watching it on TV and people giving it the elbow and going over the rail and slugging it out, and the women were just killing each other, and I gather that's not the way it is anymore. So we're going to find out about the Salina Sirens roller derby team, which is in their, third year now? Second year?
Second year.
Second year. So Kimmy, you're responsible for getting these folks in. Go to it.
Okay, I'm going to have to read these. First, we have Dreadly Locks, and you've been on the team how long?
Since the very beginning, actually. Kim and I started it, and so it was June or July a couple of years ago. So yeah, I'm going on this will be my third season coming up.
All right, and then we have Steve Dave, and how long have you been on?
As far as the Sirens goes, about 6 months.
So have you been on another team before?
2.5 years.
Okay, so you know your stuff.
Where was that at?
Junction City and Abilene.
Oh, okay.
I float.
A veteran.
And then we have Loch Ness Warrior. And how long have you been on?
I started towards the end of June of this year,
Okay.
so I'm still a newbie.
Well, thanks for coming on.
I feel like we need explanations of these names.
Who comes up with these names?
Yeah.
You come up with your own names. There is a national database, and you cannot take any name that has previously been taken by anyone else. So, so even if you come up with something really great, you have to cross-reference and make sure that someone in the nation does not already have that name. But you can name yourself. The Salina Sirens try to keep it very family-friendly, so everybody has kind of picked a name that you wouldn't mind your grandma hearing over the loudspeaker.
So the stuff that I mentioned at the beginning of this piece, do we still have that going on anymore? You know, roller derby's not on TV anymore. Do they still do that, or is it that's gone now?
No, it's what we play is a flat track. What you're referring to is a banked track. Now there are banked track leagues, mostly in Texas and elsewhere, but we do not have any banked track leagues here in Kansas. So we play a flat track, and we are WFTDA. We follow their rules, and it's just a women's flat track association. There are rules and there are regulations, there are penalties. You can sit in the penalty box. There's no elbows, no tripping, no punching, no hair pulling, no pinching. no, none of that stuff. It's really all, it's a lot like football on skates. You have,
So today, is this an actual sport? And what I mean,
yes.
back in the day, it was almost like professional wrestling. You know,
Yeah.
It wasn't even considered
Yeah.
a serious sport. Today, your rules are different.
Regulations, insurance, everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the 70s was a lot of showmanship, a lot of flashy costumes, big makeup, lots of this, that, and the other. A lot of the really big teams no longer allow costumes of sorts. I mean, it's very uniform based, and you can't do crazy things with your makeup. And so, I mean, they are trying to get it to be even more of a serious sport.
How many teams do you have in your, what is it, league or district, or what do you call it?
Well, we are our own league, and we actually have 2 teams. We have the Twisted Sisters and the Salina Sirens within our league, but at the moment we only have enough participants to fill just the Salina Sirens. So
Where are the Twisted Sisters from?
here.
They're from Salina
Yep.
also.
Yep,
So
we are
they've-
within our own league.
Okay.
There are other teams within the surrounding states that we play, Junction City, Emporia, Topeka, help me out,
Kansas
guys.
City.
Wichita.
Might we mash up with
we have
Kansas
some,
City?
Yeah, we have some in Nebraska and a few in Missouri and a couple in Oklahoma. So there's several teams, and there are always new ones popping up all the time.
Tell us how the Salina Sirens got started then.
My neighbor, Kim, came to my house. She was actually my neighbor. She came and knocked on my door one day and said, "Hey, what would you think if we started a roller derby team?" And
I know what I'd say.
Excuse me, I'm mowing the lawn. I'll be back and we'll talk about that later.
yeah, and I said, "Sure, well, let's do that." And so, we just started from ground zero. We had a couple of people who were willing to fill office positions, president, secretary, vice president, all of those things. And then we just started recruiting.
Had Kim been on a team before?
Nope.
What made her think to do that?
I don't.
Midlife crisis?
I don't.
That's what
I don't
happened
know.
here?
I don't know. We see the other teams what they do, and a couple of years ago, right before we started it, there was a movie about it that came out. It was really inspirational. So yeah.
Everybody has a little bit of that in them. I mean, seriously, everybody out there, you know who you are. Everybody has a little bit of that radical kind of wish I could be one of them kind of people.
Be your own hero.
Yeah.
So how did you guys get started then?
Midlife crisis.
Okay, so we have a man here, and that's allowed, obviously.
To a certain extent, as far as the insurance
You have to have the piggy
purposes-
tails? Is that-
No, that's
okay.
just my pretty hair. I just like my pretty hair. Unfortunately, not all the leagues will let me play, so I get to turn my colors into a zebra. I'm the jerk in the center that puts you in a box.
Oh, so you become, what are you, a referee? Is that what it's
Yeah.
called?
But like our friends in Hutchison, they let me play. They were all gung-ho because I was the only boy out there, and just paint a target on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, come and get the boy.
I
Some leagues don't
feel
mind it,
strange
some others.
addressing a young lady as Loch Ness, but we will. This is a business. I mean, this is not just a bunch of girls and guys having a good time. This is get managers and admission. And so
Paperwork.
how's it going? I mean, how's everything going?
Sponsors and
Buckets of paperwork.
How you doing?
Yeah, I mean, from what I see, it's getting itself back on track, like pretty hardcore. When I first started, it seemed like there's the lead person, Kim. She just moved away, and so we're kind of getting everything back on track.
So
Split
you
her
need
job.
some more people to join
Well,
your
Yeah,
team.
we took her all of her
Recruiters.
jobs and we split it up between us and got it done.
How many people are on the team?
That one I don't know.
I would say right now we probably have about 18, and that does not count. We are all volunteers, by the way. All of us skaters, we pay dues and we pay for our own gear. Nobody gets paid to do
Pay
this.
dues.
Yep. Because we are a
keep it
not-for-profit organization, and
Okay.
so in order to do that, we have to pay to be a part of
But
the
you
league.
do have sponsors to help out with your expenses?
We do. We have some sponsors, and I would say, we've got a pool of volunteers. It takes referees and non-skating officials and time. It takes a ton of people to put on a bout. So actual skaters, I would say 15 to 18, but overall in the Salina Sirens, we probably 30 to 50.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that help out.
11
So
NSOs
do you have
and 7
trouble having
referees.
enough people for your bouts? Is
Sometimes.
that what it's called, is a bout?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Sometimes
you can bring other
we
skaters
have
in.
bouts, and then you have
Periods, right?
What
And
is it?
jams? Is that what you do?
jams. Is that it?
We do, yeah.
Explain how the game works. People who have never seen roller derby, or people
Maybe
who-
you should get up
You want
and
me to
do it.
do this?
Yeah, I do.
Anybody bring their skates? You could roll. You
Well,
know,
I got
right
my
around the table.
skates, but I don't know if you want me tearing up your gear, because I get a little wild.
How is the game played?
A game consists of 11 NSOs, and those are the people that keep track of the penalties, who's in the box, how long they're in the box, scorekeepers, somebody to run the equipment. I mean, just buckets of jobs right there.
And those are not skaters.
They're
Those
not
are
even
people
skating.
that are
Those are
just
the people that
working.
behind the scenes, making sure it happens, kind of like your camera people and all the good people here. And then you got referees that enforce the rules, regulations, make sure it's safe. You know, somebody's toe stop falls off or a wheel blows out. Referees are the ones that call it off and throw you in the box. If you're pulling hair, punch you.
No pulling hair.
Yeah, it can happen, you bet. Sometimes you get somebody in there that's a little bit more vicious than it needs to be, and they get to go sit in the box for a while. It takes 7 of those. So right there, you're at
7
what?
referees?
7 referees.
And they're all out there at the same time?
You've got 3 in the center, a few on the outer edge, and 2 following jammers in most
Wow.
cases. So you got quite a few in there.
I remember jammers.
A jammer, yes.
Where somebody would whiplash somebody, or is that a jam? That when they
Yeah,
do
it kind of
that's-
is. Okay, and then you've got the skaters themselves. It takes a minimum of 12 people per side. And at any given point in time, there'll be 5 skaters out in the track. Only 2 are designated as jammers. Basically, their job is to smash through a people of 8, big wad of people, smash through them, go around the entire track, and the next time they smash through them, for every person they pass, they score a point. The person that smashes through first, lead jammer. That lead jammer has the ability to call it off at any point in time.
So some of the rules, what you're explaining, reminds me a lot of the old days. But we've
It
taken
really
all the
is,
violence
but
and
what
the
they've
show
done,
out of it.
exactly, what
Okay.
they've done is says, you know, if you've actually read the rule book, it is long-winded, boring, 3 pots of coffee, it's terrible, but you know, it does spell it out. No pulling, no biting, which there has been biting before, chair throwing.
Well, and probably the
you get all
flat track
sorts of good
keeps the
stuff.
speed down a little bit more.
You would think, but I don't know.
Really?
You can get, last week I was able to push off 27 laps in under 5 minutes with 10
Wow.
pounds of weight on my legs.
Wow.
We skated about 22 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Wow,
So you
that's
can
pretty
get really
good.
moving. A bank track, you could probably get a little faster, but
I'm sure people still get hurt. I mean,
Oh,
this is
absolutely.
pretty heavy duty
Oh, yeah.
sport.
broken
at
legs,
practice.
broken ankles, ran over
Really?
fingers.
Practice?
You bet. Practice. Yeah, you bet. So that's the idea, and the one with the most points at the end of the game wins.
Wins the game.
A jam is 2 minutes long. If nobody calls it off, in 2 minutes it gets called off. You've got 30 seconds to swap out players with fresh players, and it all starts again.
So how many bouts have you guys won? Do you guys keep track
That
of
one I
that?
don't know. You would have to know.
Well, we have a thing called mashups where you get together with members. It's almost like an all-star team. So we have won a couple of those mashups that consist of other players other than just ourselves. But as far as like the Salina Sirens winning a game, we've won 1 game in 2 years.
That's okay.
How is it for the crowd? Do you get a lot of people come and watch?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we
Yeah, we
really do.
do.
And they
Yeah.
absolutely love it when you eat the floor.
Yes.
Really?
A 12-course
It's so
12-course
exciting.
meal of the floor. They like it.
Where do
So-
you guys usually have the bouts at?
The 4-H building.
The 4-H building?
And our capacity is about 350 right now. We are looking into a bigger venue, but we sell out just about every single game.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
great.
So
Well, Steve, you say you've been doing this about 5 years?
2.5.
2.5, okay. Have there been any significant changes since you started?
Yeah, they keep messing with the rule book. One major change that they did about 1.5 years ago is WIFTA bought out MRDA. Basically, that's the same thing. One is for women's, one is for men's. Now you open up an MRDA book and it's WIFTA logos all over it. Co-ed. They merge together so that way a lot of leagues can do, you know, a men's league and a women's league, and then decide, hey, in the middle of the season, let's do a mashup of both of them. So they've changed theirs, that right there. The rules, they like to tinker with them constantly. Every 6 months, there's an updated version of the book.
So you've got the bullseye on your back because you're the only guy. Huh?
Yeah, I really am. Well, I'm the only male that plays roller derby within a 200-mile
How is
radius.
he, girls?
Wow.
How is he?
yeah, I like to knock them over.
Yeah.
If you can catch me. If you can catch me.
That's true.
So what's your guys' favorite part of roller derby then? Like what makes you want to keep going back and doing it?
Not going to work. Get off of work and go do something else other than sit on a couch or watch TV.
Well, I know one of your teammates, and that's actually how I thought of asking you all to come on here, and she said the thing that makes her really enjoy it is it's not like just working out at a gym. You don't go, they don't miss you. If you don't, you have camaraderie here, you have friends, you have sisterhood type of a thing, and if you're not there, they're asking how are you doing and what's going on, and so that means a lot.
What's your favorite part?
All of it. I love all of it. I get really excited, maybe overly excited about it. But my favorite is how team-oriented it is. And me being a newbie, showing up, I was really nervous. I don't like doing things in front of people that I don't know how to do. But it didn't matter with these guys. They all individually came up to me and taught me new tricks. And
Are you looking for new skaters all
yes,
the time?
all the time.
Yep, all the time.
Do you someone audition, or how do you join up?
All personalities are welcome. We love
Just
everybody.
bring your skates and your
Level
knee pads and
0
get in
all
there.
the way up to
Yep,
veterans.
and you
Bring
don't
it
even
on
have to know how to skate. We'll teach you how to
we'll
skate.
teach you how to skate.
We have some people who are in the newbie program for a week, and we have some that are in it for 6 months. So it just depends on their skills.
You'd make good roller derby girl. You should show up, yeah. We're having practice tonight.
Maybe we can go
Yeah,
on
we
a
are.
vacation.
Come check it out.
Come check it out.
I would.
Oh, I'd like to
guys
come
make
up with your
Vacation at the
name.
roller derby, yeah.
I would like to have a roller derby name, so maybe you guys
I
could think
know.
about that while, because I'd take one.
Maybe people can write in and give Shelby a roller derby name.
That's right.
We'll get a break and come back and vote on a name for Shelby and get her some skates. Be right back.
By law, public access is open to all citizens and to all viewpoints and for only non-commercial purposes. If you have any idea for a television program, we want you to be a member and we want to cablecast your program. TV for you, by you. Just give us a call at 785-823-2500 to find out more.
Okay, we need a name for Shelby. What do you think? What was
Shocking Shelby.
There you go, shocking Shelby. I like that.
what? Chucking?
Shocking.
Shocking. Okay, we got it. Get her a name tag.
From now on, that's right. That's
Get
what
you a
call
jersey.
me,
We'll
okay?
get you a jersey.
I think you mentioned that you buy your own equipment and all that kind of thing. And I have seen some of Steve's stuff. There's a bag sitting down there that Steve is going to unpack. And go ahead, Steve, and show us what all it takes to roller derby. I think you'll be surprised. You think of skates and maybe a helmet and a pair of knee pads.
There's about $300 worth of gear in there.
Wow.
No, there's more than that.
And you
There's-
said
Maybe you
it's,
could stand on this side so
Yeah.
they don't have to look through your back.
and you said it's 70
think?
pounds
Yeah, pull
about?
the,
That one is
pull the
because I
bag
carry
over
an
a little
extra
closer,
10
you can
pounds of
stand
weights
there.
with
yeah,
me.
Sure.
Oh, wow.
And that's how I practice, is with extra weights. So there's our wonderful rule book.
Okay.
Now, does everyone have to carry that?
No,
No.
just the zebras usually carry it. And I have to memorize all of that.
All right. That's the rule book.
Because I'm
First
the
of all,
enforcer.
here's your jersey.
That's my jersey.
See the jersey
All right.
under his pigtails. Oh, by the way, how does your wife feel about this?
She doesn't mind it.
Really?
Does she help you come up with
Look at all.
looks and
No.
No?
No, she doesn't have a whole lot to do with it, but she likes the fact that I don't come home grouchy.
that's good.
So there's 10 pounds of weights. I use those for training. They go on my ankles.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Ooh,
High-grade knee pads.
Knee pads.
Yep. You slam into the concrete floor pretty
they
hard.
look used.
Oh, heavily.
I see some grit
All right.
marks.
Helmet.
The hell,
Beat up, of course, if
With
it's
your
fresh.
name on it,
With my
right?
name. Well, I have pigtails that covers the jersey, so I put it on my helmet.
Okay.
Elbows. Run of the mill, nothing special. Don't really need anything.
All right.
Wrist guards. Nice and beat up as well.
Well, if they weren't beat up, it wouldn't be any good. would it?
No, I
Right.
wouldn't use them very
Wouldn't need them.
And then the most important part,
The skates.
Oh,
I wondered if they
Massive.
were going to be roller skates or
Yeah.
inline skates.
no,
I was
you
wondering
have to
that too.
you have to go with that. And then of course extra wheels, mouth guard. Gotta have a mouth guard.
Tools.
Tools. So I got a brand new one that I haven't cracked open yet. It's not new.
Lysol.
Lysol. Yep, Lysol.
Because we stink sometimes.
And then, of course, since we are in the middle of Kansas, there's so many different venues. You got to have wheels.
Wheels.
For different surfaces.
Lots
Now,
of
does
different-
everybody have
Those
this much stuff? Or-
Those are nice outdoor wheels. This
Yeah,
is what I do
everybody
around
has.
your
Yeah,
studio.
depending on your budget, he's the only one who is talented enough to put the extra 10 pounds on at the moment. But yeah, you get a pair of wheels, and then as your budget allows, you get more wheels. And
Now, for someone who's just wanting to start up and get into this, what is the amount that they can expect to spend to get started?
At the minimum, what do you really
Yeah.
have to get started?
You
I
want
would-
me to do this? Because I look at junk all day long.
I would say like 150 to 2. What would you say?
Pretty easily. You know, you can buy cheap $60 skates. I did that at one point in time. They lasted 3 months, and they were just gone. So, you know, you're going to spend most of your money on the skates themselves. A good starter skate's going to run you about $100, period. You know, anything less than that, you're going to use them up in 6 months. The helmet, the knees, everything else, you can buy a fresh meat kit for right around $60 to $80 to get you in the game, get you started. As far as elbow pads and wrist pads and helmets, you know, really they're all about the same. You're not hitting people in the face with your helmet. You don't need high-grade gear. But your knee pads, I spent $80 on mine. You hit your knees a lot.
Can you get these at your Dick's Sporting Goods or whatever?
Those I have to get. I haven't found anything in town that are that heavy built.
And these are actually Derby.
Those are
They
Derby
say
rated, yeah.
Pro Derby, so.
And where did you get those?
I had to order them from our vendor. So
But they do offer merch tables at our bouts that
sells this.
sells the
Yeah,
stuff,
you bet.
and they make it easier for newbies that come in to actually just get a package, so you don't have to sit here and go to this website for skates and this website for your helmet. They have packages set up, and those
So you
are-
have vendors that come to these, and that's pretty cool.
That is really cool. So, if you don't mind me asking, how much did like that pair of skates cost?
Brand new, those are about $300.
Oh wow.
So,
So you
yeah,
can
the vanillas
spend
are a
a-
little expensive.
Yeah, they can go
Pretty penny.
up to 800 and higher, like if you want to be hardcore, but you don't have to be hardcore. You can get.
Well, in every hobby, it costs money, so,
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, I
it's
certainly wouldn't spend $800 on a pair of skates and show up for the first practice.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
a $100 pair of Riddells or, you know, R3s, whatever's on the market would be perfect. Anything made out of leather, heavy built. speed
Some
skate.
markets, you know, we're talking about housewives and all that kind of thing, but there are pretty big-time teams. I mean, they're same level that you guys are, but big cities, I mean, they get pretty good crowds, and it's a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, it's
How's the future for you guys, do you think?
They're going to be awesome.
Expanding.
Heck
Constantly
yeah.
expanding. yeah.
Because you're on
Yeah.
Access TV, and everybody's going
Right.
to come and watch you,
Exactly.
and you're going to get more sponsors,
Yep.
and you're going to get people that are going to want to join. And how do they do that?
Show up.
Who do they contact? What do
They
do?
can contact us on Facebook under Salina Sirens Roller Derby. You can just be our friend. Actually, we have an email address too, which I can't even think of what it is now, but you can email me at dreadleylocks25@gmail.com. You can come to our practices, come to our bouts, and just tell us that you're interested.
Where do you practice?
We practice at Kenwood Hall right now.
Okay.
We are looking to upgrade that
You're
venue
going to
as well.
practice after you finish here.
Yeah,
right?
we're all going to
Yeah.
practice.
So, sorry, I was gonna. Do you guys have like a Facebook page? So, like, let's say no one wanted to really join, but they want to follow, like, when your bouts are and everything. You
Yep.
can go on Facebook and check that out.
Yep,
Yeah, you
Salina
bet.
Sirens Roller Derby. We do have one more bout coming up this year. So November the 9th is the magic day. It's this weekend.
And you
Steve,
can get your-
mentioned expansion. How? I mean, the league is expanding?
Well,
or
Here we got a perfect example of expansion. You joined what, a month and a half ago?
Well, like a long time, a lot longer. End of June, but
End
yeah.
of June, okay. Well, you've been hitting it pretty hard for about 2 or 3 months, and
Yeah.
in 2 or 3 months, you can almost keep up with me.
Yeah.
I mean, you get one person join up, and if they follow through it for 2 months, then it makes you feel good. I mean, it really does.
so you're
I
the
see new
newbie.
people
Why?
all the time.
What got you turned on here?
Oh, I actually, a friend I met, and I had just met him, and I guess because I'm a really big woman, he thought I would be interested. And I showed up to a practice and instantly fell in love, so.
So are you intimidating when you're out there?
I don't think women are very intimidated by me at all. I
Really?
wish they were.
I'm scared of you.
You
I'm
need to
scared of
growl. You should
Yeah.
growl.
I'm very scared of
It
you.
could be the tutu you wear. No, I'm joking.
What is she, about a foot taller than you are?
Do you guys have certain people on the team that are more intimidating than others? Or are you all pretty equal?
No, there's more. There's more than.
For sure. Yeah,
I'm not intimidating.
I think there's someone on every team that
Sure.
you go, oh, I hope I don't get hit by her. You know, and but yeah, I definitely think we have some
There
heavy
must be
hitters.
times, though, when somebody skates into your face or whatever and gets a little tough out there.
Well, I've gone home with bruises, and everybody in the Derby area always say a bruise is pretty hot.
You can't do that, even if, with all the new rules we're talking about, and you still a lot of banging around.
You brag about your injuries. Like,
Yeah.
your injuries are cool. One of you get hurt.
Look at my elbow, it's all busted up.
I have to go home and tell my wife, hey, look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this big blue spot. Isn't that awesome?
Did your wife go to a lot of them?
Yep, she does watch once in a while. I tried to get her to join. She busted her butt once. No.
Fall forward.
It's not for everybody.
Not for everybody.
Not for everybody.
That's okay though.
It does sound like fun to watch, though.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm not very good at skating, but you know.
And it's a big time commitment. You know, we've got a lot of people who say, oh, I want to play, I want to do it, and they can do it, but then they realize that, we practice 6 hours a week, and we have games on top of that, and we have meetings. I mean, it's a big time commitment. It's a lot of physical commitment, too.
So what nights of the week do you practice?
Right now, we're doing just Monday and Wednesday, but typically we do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with bouts on Saturdays.
2-hour practices, then?
And so what's like the average time frame that people could expect to have to commit to you guys?
7 to 9.
A week.
Yeah, it depends on if you hold office or not, because if you do, then there's paperwork and organization and bout coordinating and
Probably a bare
budgets
minimum with travel time and gear up time, at least 5 hours a week. Bare minimum.
I would
Travel,
I'd say
where
10.
do you travel?
Yeah,
How far do you go?
Especially if there's a bout.
If there's a bout, it could be in Emporia. It could be all over the state of Kansas. But bare minimum, if you were just to make the practices, you're looking at least 5 hours
I
a
would
week.
assume,
bare
too, you
minimum.
need to be in fairly decent shape to do this.
It'll whip you into shape pretty fast.
Yeah, you can start. You don't have to be in shape to start. Like, I don't want anyone to be afraid to start because they're not in shape. You come, your muscles will grow to it. Even mine, I have muscles and I do a labor job, and it kicks my butt. I drag them behind these girls. I'm like, how do they do this?
Yeah.
Well, and it's like going to the gym. It's something that if you're going to put your time into the gym, it's no different than putting time into this and getting the
is
same
more fun.
results.
This is a lot more fun.
And you guys have people
A
to
little more
support you.
interaction.
And,
Yeah. And then, 2.5 years ago, I was over 230 pounds.
Wow.
So I was really out of shape. Today, I'm pushing 170.
Good for
Oh,
you.
that's wonderful.
What is the season? When do you start? When is it over?
Our next season, we usually start in like March, April, sometimes even May, and we go, this year we're going really long, we go till November. A lot of people will go until late September or early October. So it's just really kind of up to, the teams. We don't practice over the cold winter months, but that's when we do mashups, that's when we get together.
The ugly sweater.
As soon as-
And you actually have, your games are actually being, over the radio?
Yes.
Your bouts or whatever?
Yep, they do the 95.5, and right now they're taping them. And then they're playing them on the next day, so you can actually hear them. I think that they are playing the previous bout on bout day, so that you can kind of hear it and remember that it's going to be on, and you can go.
I would
get your
think that
tickets.
the way you all apparently, and I haven't seen you, I'll admit that, but the way you explain your game, the old days, the violence and the show, pretty much overwhelmed the sport. It was
really
more
did.
of a free-for-all, and now you're into an actual sport. That must be a little, to me, that would be more entertaining than watching people just fake a fight and slug it out. And,
Right.
So.
Elbow somebody in the face.
So who all wears fishnet hose? You're the only one?
I used to wear just socks, and then when I skidded across the floor at high
Yeah.
velocity, that wasn't real fun.
Yeah.
So then I started wearing socks, and it's way too hot. So I go to the half and half. The fishnets give you
Oh, that's
give you a
enough
cheese
right
grate.
there to make
so.
you want to go watch. I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
Get me a
So,
ticket, will you, for
The
the next
fishnets
show?
give me cheese grate. It's a half.
So again, if someone would like to audition or whatever, just walk into a practice like,
Yeah,
I
just
want to
come
try
on
it.
out.
Come on in, and
Yep.
we'll get you
Great.
some paperwork. And
And your next one's November 9th, right?
November 9th,
November
this
9th.
Saturday, 7 o'clock.
All right.
Awesome.
Okay, the Salina Sirens, good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks
guys.
for having
Thanks
us.
for lots of fun to learn about.
I bet there's a lot of folks that don't even know we'd have roller derby anymore. Got it right here in town, and we got to get a break. Thank you.
Fidrickson Distributing Company, proudly serving the Salina area since 1963. 1825 Bailey Road, Salina, Kansas 67401, 785-827-2386. beerswithboone.com.
Hi, I'm Randy Russell with Solutions for Life. Did you know that 35 million Americans are without life insurance and another 58 million Americans say they don't have enough life insurance? When I mention life insurance to someone, the answer is sometimes you can't insure me. If you've been turned down for heart trouble, COPD, diabetes, or just overweight, call me today to discuss your options. Don't put this off another day. Call 404-6664.
Hello, I'm Sherry Albright with Comfort Keepers. We are a proud sponsor of Access TV. We assist seniors to stay independent in their own homes by customizing what they really need and want. We try to focus on keeping seniors safe in their homes, focusing also on proper nutrition by providing balanced meals. We also encourage exercise, keeping seniors also very active and engaged through interactive caregiving. We hope that you enjoy the sights and sounds on Access TV.
Randy Russell and Bob Reynolds of Solutions for Life have over 34 years experience in helping retirees find the right Medicare plan at affordable prices. As insurance agents that work with over 50 insurance companies, they can shop and compare plans side by side to help determine which Medicare plan is right for you. Randy and Bob know Medicare backwards and forwards. They take pride in the service they provide and the savings they bring to their clients. For their free report, Choosing the Right Medicare Plan for You, call 404-6664 today.
Hey, at Access TV, we can film about anything, even a video of a hard drive just spinning around in my hands. Contact Access at 823-2500 to get your programs on the air. Or if you want to help with any of our productions, give us a call, 823-2500.
Back with the scene on Salina's Community Access TV. Next week, our topic will be, do veterans' benefits meet the needs of today's veterans, which ought to be rather interesting. Right now, are you ready to do this in the wing? Are you ready to bring the over here? There you go. Don't forget. That's why we're back here. And I'm told that we need to get Marnie to come out here.
Sounds like we have a...
Marnie Ryan is the interim executive director of Community Access
And you're
TV.
looking at the backside of Donna here.
Turn around.
Come on, Donna.
Marnie is back in the control room.
Come here, you gotta come celebrate with us.
Donna is our go-to girl.
Get out
Let's
here.
put her on the camera.
Come on.
Let's put her on.
Come on, boss.
Hello, camera. There we go. Look.
There
Why don't
she
you sit
is.
down right
This
here?
is Donna.
Sit down here.
It's Heather's birthday too. Did you know that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Come on up, Heather.
Come on, Heather.
Oh my goodness, my lighting, look.
No.
Come on, birthday
No,
twin.
we have an injury on the set.
Are you okay?
okay.
Do you want me to try and light it?
I'm trying to light it. It keeps, I don't know.
We're trying to light the candles, so
I can do that.
we can't blow them out if they don't get lit.
Happy birthday to us.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell my age though.
Come on. I think Dave's gonna spank you though.
Oh,
Why
man.
you smile?
Here, I used to smoke.
It's
I can do it.
hot.
I can do it. I'll just take it for the team.
What is the
ex-smoker now.
what is the
Very
history
good.
of women not wanting to reveal their age? Guys don't care.
Gracefully.
That's because you age gracefully. We just get old. It's not fair.
Not
It's a
me.
double standard. It's not fair. It's,
I don't get old.
Is this aging gracefully? I mean, is this?
hey,
Yes.
you know, it's just the society norm. It's sad. 2013. Where are we, Salina? Seriously. What's
You
up with
both
that?
look wonderful.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Okay, she can't blow out the candles until we sing the song.
That's right.
Everybody,
Are you singing?
happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
to you.
Young camera person here. Happy birthday, dear Johnny.
And happy birthday to you.
All right.
All right.
Between the two of you, you ought to be able to blow those out.
That's right. Go for it.
1, 2, 3.
You're right.
Yeah, you go, Heather.
And this is Marnie's daughter.
Oh, can you say hi?
About the camera.
So all the crew has been wondering, what are we doing here? They didn't know about this, so.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday. We're
Thank you.
thankful for you guys. So.
Well, thank
All right.
you.
Cool.
You know, and another thing, it's Guy Fawkes Day. Did you guys see V for Vendetta? Remember the 5th of November?
Oh.
Where Guy
I
Fawkes
forgot.
tried to blow up Parliament and failed? It was a gunpowder plot.
I didn't know about that.
I didn't either.
What? You didn't know that? You didn't know that on our birthday?
The things you learn watching the scene.
I
you know.
I know we're a wealth of information.
All right.
Well, thank you very much.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
That'll do it.
Happy birthday.
See you next week
Thanks
on
for
The Scene
watching.
on Salina's Community Access TV. Bye-bye.